Hello and welcome to the Saving Progress Community Podcast. I'm your host Triggs, and there is Wadzi and Halwood and this cunt Shy Guy.
Oh, thank you.
Hey.
It's okay, Halwood's a cunt too.
Thank you.
Fair enough.
I think I'm the biggest cunt though.
You are.
Apart from
Oh
you,
yeah,
Triggs.
definitely. That's why I didn't even mention it. Everybody already knows.
Yeah.
Your
but we all know that you're the...
radiation is, powerful.
Yeah, I get it all from Triggs though. But at
Yeah.
least none of us are Mad Bird.
This is
Oh,
true.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright, so, Shy Guy, what have you been playing this week?
Well, a lot of Dota, as usual. I've got quite a few hours ranked up on that, and obviously we had that good old game of Call of Duty Black Ops earlier.
Good times.
Oh yeah.
You can't
Very
beat
fun.
that. And pretty much just all the stuff I play on my channel. It's not really much exciting things. Although I did
Stop plugging your channel.
I'm not plugging, I'm just saying.
You
so-
are plugging.
Wait, you have a channel? Tell me about it.
It can't be your full Steam name, Shy Guy Plays, could it?
it may be. So,
Oh, right.
if you want to
Okay.
check.
Link will be in the description.
I doubt it beats my channel. I have a channel that has 0 whole subscribers.
Yeah, a whole
I
0
have 3
subscribers.
videos with 50 views total.
Yeah,
Not bad,
That's
not bad.
impressive.
he's doing well for himself. He's getting all that YouTube money. Alright, so any in-depth into the games that you've been playing, Shy Guy?
Well, how far do you want to go? Well, so I'm Call of Duty, just running around with a knife. Who doesn't like that? So yeah.
Anything else? Tell us about Dota, I think. Because that's the one that we're least familiar with,
Yeah,
apart from
probably.
Luna. Because she just gushed everywhere when you mentioned Dota.
Well, Dota, I'm not that great a player, but everyone likes it. So
I
So,
don't.
what do you do in Dota, Shy Guy? Let's keep
well,
the
it's
show
MOBA-based games. So
I
basically, just...
immediately hate it.
oh, what's wrong with MOBA? It's beautiful fun,
I just
Just
don't
like-
really like them.
5 versus 5, just going down the lanes, killing some towers. What's wrong with that?
Right, yeah. So
Oh,
that's
Battle
all,
and
that's
stuff.
all you do. You're 5 versus 5, and you go down and destroy towers.
Pretty much, beat
that's
Civ.
That's
Hey.
all Dota is, and
Near
you just
enough,
shit
yeah,
talk
pretty much.
Civ, which we'll hear more.
But you also
about.
get shouted at if you do the slightest mistake, so
Oh yeah, yeah.
yeah, so it's not that great. But
Well, that's
it's fun.
every game ever in existence, really.
No, you get shouted at for about a minute on this.
Oh, nice. Yeah,
So,
very
yeah.
strong community that you have there.
It's very interesting. Also, you get Russians that they just shout down the mic in their language that I can't actually understand, and
Is it
expect
Russian?
me to know what they're on about.
Do you get many Koreans playing?
I haven't met any, so I'm gonna have to say no.
All right, you must not be a good enough player.
No, probably
yeah,
not.
not in the league.
Yeah,
I haven't been playing for too long though, so that's my
Casual.
excuse.
you've only got like 60 hours into it. What?
Yeah, 60 hours isn't really my most played game on Steam.
No.
Which comes up to
Okay.
Isaac. Now, I've been playing a fair bit of that, because I've ranked up a total of 200 so far.
Nice.
Probably about almost 50 doing the old challenge runs. I think it just brings a little bit more depth to the game.
Yeah, compatibility with Cheat Engine or the challenge run definitely adds to Isaac,
Yeah.
which
So I
is
quite
why
like-
I play it a lot. So.
Quite like that Sacred Fart run you suggested. That was rather
Oh, yeah.
interesting.
Yeah, Sacred Fart. Yeah, that's a fun run to do.
What's
Yeah.
the Sacred Fart run?
So,
I'll
yeah,
let you explain.
Sacred Heart is
Mhm.
is a shot speed down.
Yeah.
Well, if you take enough of them, you start firing shots out of the back of your head. And basically, if you add Dr. Fetus and poison bombs to that, it's basically just farts.
Nice.
So,
Very nice.
Yeah, so it's Sacred Fart. It's a fun
Very
one to do.
nice.
So that's all you've been playing?
A bit of Sonic All-Star Races as well, which I'm not the best
man.
player, but it's pretty much. Sorry to say this, but a Mario
I
Kart
don't know
rip-off.
if that's the right game that I'm thinking of. Is this the one where they like turn into like sports gear?
Oh no, that's not the game. It's
Oh.
it's well, basically you've got all the Sega legends and whatever you'd like to call them, because they're all well known. Yeah, maybe not. And basically, they're all just racing around some tracks and firing rockets at each other and things like that, and throwing snowballs. And it's pretty much Mario Kart, but wait for it. You can drive a plane as well.
Oh wow.
Now, you gotta love it.
Yeah.
That
Pretty sure
just
that wasn't done
seems
in
like
Mario Kart.
cheating.
Everyone
I can
gets a
imagine if,
plane
like,
at the same
just
time.
during the F1, one of the cars just sprouted wings and took off.
Oh, that'd be epic. I'd watch F1 way more if that happened.
Oh, you can be a boat as well, so just go across a little bit of a lake if there's any of them in the F1 racing.
That's It's very interesting.
Yeah, it's fun to play.
I could have sworn that one of them like transformed into a football or something.
There is Football Manager actually on there,
Oh,
but he's just got this car that says, I think it's Manager 1 or something. The number plate says so. Very original.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
all
must be
football
thinking of
managers
something
are.
else because I swear that was a thing.
Yeah, maybe. It's been a lot of Sonic spin-offs, so it could be anything really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, were you just playing Sonic and Sega All Stars Racing?
It's called Sonic and All Stars Racing Transform. So
Oh.
yeah,
Yeah, no,
That name's
I swear that's what
horrible.
I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
it's quite
It's
a
an
long
ugly
name.
name.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure it covers all of the bases of what really happens in it, but even so.
Yeah.
I'd understand because the original was Sonic and All Stars Racing, but they could have just called it, say, Sonic Racing Transformed or
Why
whatever.
can't they call it Sonic All-Stars? Why is it...
Because in this one you could get to transform into a boat or a plane.
So it's infinitely better with a longer name, which just makes it sound shit.
Yeah, it does sound pretty shit, and it's quite a lengthy thing to say out. That's why I didn't do it all at first.
Yeah, well, you need to tell people what the real game is instead of getting Triggs all excited.
Yeah.
No, I swear
This
it's
dress-up
one.
game sounds fun.
I swear it's that game, and now I'm gonna have to look it up.
What have you got then?
Is that all you've been playing this week then, Shy Guy?
Pretty much, yeah. So, how about you guys?
Let's move on to Hallwood then, seeing as Triggs is Googling.
Well, I've been on a bit of a Civ 5 kick recently, so I've lost many days in that, just trying to get a decent run going. Which
How many hours so far have you put into it?
About this week or in total? Because
Start with this week and then do in
32?
total.
Oh my.
Yeah.
I've got 5 in total.
Yeah, just 32 hours this week, so nothing too much really.
So overall?
115? Which,
Yeah.
Which, I mean, that's only since I had it on Steam, though. I had about another 90 before that, I think.
Oh, Jesus.
Yes. So, bit of an...
So over 200 hours
Yeah.
overall.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Bit of Civ and a bit of Blood Bowl, considering everyone's getting back into that with with TB's League and everything happening, so...
Yeah, I want to learn Blood Bowl, because quite a few friends play it.
So yeah, what is Blood Bowl?
Blood Bowl, the Gridiron Rugby Games Workshop game of terrible luck and dice rolling. Yeah.
Ah, okay.
Yes. I mean, it's pretty decent for a game that's completely imbalanced and based on luck. Yeah. But,
Nothing wrong with luck-based games.
I figured it out.
Oh, really?
Right, what is it?
I was right and wrong. You don't actually transform into a football, but with the Football Manager, when you transform from like boat to plane or whatever. The animation for that is you turn into a football and then you turn into that thing.
Oh, that
Nice.
makes sense.
Nice.
Yeah. And just the other day I started playing Mount and Blade Warband again because I need more games which just suck up all of my time. Involving.
Right, yeah, of course.
Yeah, like because
But don't you have like infinite amount of times because you're like jobless scum or something?
yes, pretty much.
Oh.
Burn.
Jobless and don't sleep combined to let me play like 32 hours a week of Civ 5, yeah. And Mount and Blade. Which,
Yeah, nice.
cause I'm not as bad this time at Mount and Blade as I did when we first got it, and I played for like 60 hours straight. Which, yeah, you should never ever do. Just don't. It's a bad time. Just 3 days without sleep, playing a game.
Nothing wrong with that at all.
No. But, yeah, apart from that, it was just, Call of Duty. First time ever playing one of those games. And,
Oh, that was your first time?
yeah.
Did you want to kill yourself afterwards?
Well, not really. I mean, I expected it to be a lot more shit than it actually is. I mean, it's not the best.
That's because you weren't playing Modern Warfare.
Yes.
Oh, no, thank you.
Oh.
I wouldn't play Modern Warfare.
Yeah, Modern Warfare isn't great.
But, yeah, I mean, that's pretty much all I've been playing this week. A little bit of everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Nice.
Okay.
So Triggs, you've said you've been playing a lot this week. What is it?
Yes, as a matter of fact, Steam tells me I've been playing a total of 8 games, but it lies because I've been playing more.
That bastard.
Please tell us more.
Well, I've been playing, apparently 35 hours of Borderlands 2.
Oh, God.
I played some with Alt yesterday because we're going through the DLCs, or at least he was, and I just decided to join him for it. And
Right.
I'm going through the DLCs with another friend. And other than that, that's all I've... Wait.
Wait.
No, I read this wrong, hang on. I've been playing... Well, not playing. I played through Portal 2
Oh, nice.
because
yeah.
I wanted to.
Right, yeah, of course.
And because the soundtrack is amazing. I've played Dark Souls a bit. I got up to the gargoyles, and then I just sort of rage quit because my internet kept dropping and it kept putting me out to the main menu.
Yeah,
Because
it's not
it's
the
a
best
bad
port.
game.
Yeah, you call it a bad game.
That
I'm-
shouldn't be a feature. Joe tried to tell me that no, it's not a bad game, that's just Games Windows Live. No. If you have programmed your game to do that, you are a bad developer.
It's programmed to do that because Dark Souls is predominantly half
Evil.
of it is about the PvP and people
Yeah, but
playing and invading
if I
you.
disconnect, right, if my internet drops, don't kick me to the menu, just stop people from invading. It's not
Yeah.
like they could anyway, because they can't connect to me.
Yeah.
There's no
Yeah.
need to have 2 separate modes for, like, multiplayer and single player. There's no need for that.
Well, yeah. It could just put you
I mean,
into
like,
offline
okay,
mode.
example. Say I'm not human, I'm hollow still. Nobody's
Right.
going to invade me. If my internet drops, it shouldn't matter.
Yeah, good point.
But it does, apparently.
There's a lot of things about that port that I didn't enjoy.
I also played some of the original Borderlands with Alt. And if you think Borderlands 2 is bad,
I think it's bad.
The first one, there are no words for how comparatively
Amazing
bad
it was. Borderlands was a good time. It was.
The first one is absolute shit.
The second one is absolute shit.
I think I put in about 5 hours of the second one. I was like, and I played it with like 3 other friends. We each have like a different character, and I didn't have fun until I was running them all over in that little car. That was definitely the best bit of that game for me.
Yeah.
Other than that, no thank you.
I think it took Madbird and me like a month and a half to finish it.
Oh,
Like Borderlands 3, just because we, just didn't play it.
Whereas I've played through it like twice since I got it.
Wow.
Mm.
Nice.
Actually,
What a bit.
closer to 4 times because I did 2 playthroughs on 2 characters.
Fuck. Yeah, I couldn't get to the end of Borderlands. I just couldn't do it.
Okay. Because
Yeah.
you're a little bitch.
Not because I'm a little bitch, because it's a fucking terrible game.
yes.
It
yes.
just gets very old very quickly, and I can't keep concentration
Yeah,
while
fair
playing
enough.
it. It just doesn't immerse me. Although I do like Handsome Jack as a character.
Handsome Jack's amazing though.
Yeah,
I mean, I
he
don't
was pretty much the only one that carried me on for the 53 hours that I have played of it,
Yeah.
just to hear his dialogue. But
Mm.
when I tried to play it again, like this week, it just wasn't happening.
Handsome Jack's a really great character until a certain point, about maybe 3/4 way through the game,
Yeah.
I probably should
and
give
then
it
he
another
just
go.
then he very rarely, they very rarely says things in the same style that he did.
Well, no, that's because the
Right.
story's developing at that stage. You know, that plot that has
Yes.
in there somewhere.
I probably should try to finish it, but
Just finish it
I
once.
just
I can do it. I'll join you. I'll just kill everything with my level 50s, and
no, just laugh at me the whole time. I know what you're like.
yeah, I will.
Just oh, how much damage are you doing? Oh, 4,000. And then just bring out your 15,000, like every low crit that you have with your weapons or whatever it is.
Yes, the sniper rifle that does like 12,000 damage, which is absolute piss for a level 50, but then has plus 600% critical damage.
Nice.
Fuck.
That's
That's
pretty
a lot
beast.
of
And then I have
damage.
the B, which boosts the damage to something like 60k, plus 600% critical damage, then plus all the other bonuses.
Fucking
And
hell.
it ends up being something like 1,000,000 damage per critical.
Holy fuck. That would make everything a whole lot easier.
So that
Especially
4,000 damage weapon.
With like Zero and his focus boost when you use his special ability.
Yes. Though I rarely do that.
Yeah, I never used the special ability when I did play.
I'll do it like sometimes when taking like, the first shot, but I never actually used it beyond that, except for maybe running away.
Yeah. So how about...
I've been playing some Dead Space,
Alright.
which is like the first one, not the second or third
Okay.
one.
Okay, I was gonna
Okay.
say.
Just the first one.
I never played that.
Because the first one's actually a pretty good game. I'm enjoying it. I do think it tries very, very hard to be too spooky, but it's just not doing it. At all.
I don't mind spooky.
Like, for example, say there's like a necromorph or whatever just on the floor. You know it's gonna get up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You see like some goodies at the end of a long corridor, and you know something's gonna jump out at you.
Yeah.
It's a very predictable game.
Right.
But I'm still enjoying it, so I'm gonna be playing it. I got it as a present from my friend Max for Christmas.
What a nice lad.
Hmm.
Yeah. Well, actually, it was a present from his dad.
That's a bit
I
creepy.
gave all my
Because-
friends worms for Christmas. Doesn't that sound lovely?
Yeah,
I
giving
think
your
I bought
friends
him
worms
Dead
is...
Rising 2 off the record.
Yeah.
I played a bit of TF2 with some other friends. It's kind of... yeah.
Scum.
And I've also been playing the First Crisis.
First Crisis, yeah, you told us about that.
But not the
how
second or
good is
third
it?
one. The first one is incredible.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's very open. It's very... You start on one end of a map. You need to get over here. Just get there however you want.
Hmm.
I'd like that.
Free
It-
roaming.
You know, and then, so there's like outposts full of soldiers in the way. You can either go in and, you know, explode everything. You can just hang around outside and stealthily take down everyone, or you could just go around it.
Oh, yeah,
I
exactly.
remember one of the levels I was just like, I don't want to deal with any of that, so I just swam out into the ocean and around everything.
Nice.
Right.
It did do the sort of linear open world thing very, very well.
Yeah, it
It
does.
did keep you on track instead of giving you a whole lot of things to be distracted by, but it had enough to sort of keep you interested in it. In
Yeah.
the world that was there. Yeah. Good times.
I posted in that Crisis 3 thread on the forum saying that, you know, 2 is worse than 1, and then 3 looks worse than 2 and 1.
Mm.
And Joe commented saying, I always say that, but I never actually mentioned why.
Okay.
So basically, I think it's because 3 looks like more of the same of 2. And 2
Okay.
wasn't that great. 2 was very linear compared to 1.
Yep.
Right.
So if it's more of a good thing, like say Crisis 2 is just directly an exact copy of Crisis 1, but with new areas or whatever, you know, that wouldn't be so bad. You know, it'd still be a good game.
Yeah.
It would just be repetitive if you played the
Yeah.
first one and then the second one. Whereas Crisis 3 just seems to be exactly the same as Crisis 2, but even more linear.
Yeah, that doesn't sound...
I just don't like it.
Yeah.
No.
I'm sure we'll see.
But at least this time, right, to be fair, at least this time, when Fuzz made a thread on it and said it was great, at least this time he'd actually played it before he said it was great. Not like in the Dead Space 3 thread, where he assumed it was going to be great.
Because when you assume, you make an ass out of you, and I hate everyone.
Or have you actually played Dead Space 3, any of you?
No, God,
Nope.
no.
No plans to.
Yeah.
Right. So I guess we could say nothing more on that.
I'm sure I'll buy it
Well,
in a
that's-
sale of some kind.
Yeah, I might buy it in a sale to play with a friend, and that's about it.
Hmm.
Right.
Okay.
Okay. Have you been playing anything else?
I've been playing Spelunky.
Oh, yes.
The
And-
Xbox or PC version?
Xbox version.
Alright.
Because why would I play the casual PC version?
Because some people like that version.
Fuck you.
I think Alt likes the PC version.
Yes, the alt
I've
would.
I've been playing it, and I don't know if you know, but there was a patch recently. Like, not recently, like 1 or 2 months ago. It was the first patch since they released the game, and it fixed a whole ton of bugs. Like, you know how there's all those moments in Spelunky where you're like, you know, I died and it wasn't my fault,
Right.
right? You know, it's something that's unavoidable and happened to you.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
Like,
the
say
worst
some
kind of thing.
bug fucked you over, or like a cobra went into the shop and just spat on him, and it made him mad, or something like that. You know, something like that absolutely ruins it and has nothing to do with you.
Yeah.
They fixed a lot of that, except they introduced some bugs that are incredibly common and ruin the runs. Like, now there's only a small amount of them, but they are very common. Like, I was playing with a friend in co-op, and he died. So I went to his coffin, and, you know, I bashed it open, and he fell out. Except the thing that happened is, he came out, and then I immediately, like, teleported over him, and then we both got gibbed, and then I came out of the coffin, and I didn't have any of my items. We lost everything, and it was still just me.
Shit.
Oh, wow.
And I'm talking, like, jetpack, 40 bombs, tons of items, all gone.
Oh, dear.
And it was just infuriating, because we've been playing so carefully and so hard to get to that point. And then it's just not your fault that you died.
Yeah. Damn.
Which,
That's
for
rough.
a game that puts so much emphasis on, you know, it being your fault, you know, tough but fair, it just kind of ruins it.
Yeah.
But it'll be fixed, so whatever.
Right.
I've also been playing Max Payne 3
Max Payne 3?
because it's
Nice.
a good game and I like it and I wanted to play through it.
That
Alright.
is a
That's
good
it.
reason to play things. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Liking games is definitely one of the main points I like to have
Yes.
before I play them.
Yeah, that and curiosity, really.
Yeah.
Alright, is that all you've been playing?
Yes.
Been playing quite a lot.
I had to think, but yeah, that is.
Alright, that's cool.
Cheesy, have we asked you what you've been playing?
You have not.
Well,
Tell
tell
What
us.
have
so-
you been playing, you can't?
Sure, I will. I played a little bit more of Chivalry, Medieval Warfare,
Nice.
which is a fun time, but I seem to have latency issues now, and
Okay.
it makes the game near impossible to play.
Yeah.
So that's a bit annoying at some points. But it's still a fun time when I can actually have a good server with low ping.
Yeah. Low ping is good times, isn't it?
It's very good times, especially when you can punch somebody's face in.
Fisticuffs was the best part of that, I think. I played it on the free weekend, and that's literally all I did.
Yeah.
Yeah, me and Horwood played on the free weekend, and that was a ton of fun.
That really was.
Other than that, Killing Floor, I played a bit with a couple people from the community, but that's same as usual. It was fun to a certain extent. I've already talked about my feelings on Borderlands 2.
We don't need to go
playing
into
that.
them again.
And yeah, other than that, the free weekend this week of Call of Duty Black Ops 2. Played a lot of that with you guys, and playing on Plaza and going in and out of Luna quite a bit.
We had some
Oh,
good
I love
times in
being in
Luna.
Luna.
Yeah.
Yeah, fun times in Luna. And other than that, another 17 hours of The Binding of Isaac.
Good
which,
lad.
is always fun with the cheat engine, making your own runs with it and
Yeah.
everything. And the final game I've been playing quite a lot of is Rayman 3.
Oh, quite a lot.
Yeah, I played that quite a lot. Pretty much every waking second I had for the first week that I had it. But yeah, I got up to the point where I rage quit as a child on the PS2, which is the part with the enemies that you can't kill, called the Kanaran. And they are literally immortal, and you can't kill them. So my tiny human child brain couldn't figure out how to get past them.
Yeah,
So
going back to games like that, it's like quite funny when you realised how stupid you were back then.
I was a dumb child. I was a really, really dumb child. And I'm not much smarter now, but at least I'm better at games. Which is a
Mostly.
plus.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, well, I still suck at Call of Duty going 6 and 18. But I had fun.
I never had the trouble of not being able to figure things out in games as a child, but I did have the problem where I was just shit scared of everything.
Yeah, I can't play
Which is
horror
why I
games.
didn't finish Silent Hill up until I was like 14.
Yeah, I can't bring myself to play anything like Amnesia.
No.
Because
I can now because they're very predictable.
Yeah.
But when I was like 6, I got to the I got to the doghouse, I opened the door, and then I just stood on the back step, and it's just, pitch black.
Right.
Everything is pitch black, and you can't see anything, and you can just hear stuff going on, and I just sort of never played it again.
Yeah, pretty creepy.
Up until a couple of years ago, and then I did, and it was great.
Right, yeah. I had the problem when I was a child of being shit scared of everything and not being able to complete it. So, yeah, I was pretty bad at games, but I played it all the way up until that point and beat the boss at that point, which
Okay.
happens to be the boss of the Kanaran that none of the Kanaran have actually been able to beat, but has a weak spot, which is...
Is it an eye?
No, it's the staff that he carries.
Oh.
It's a
Huh.
really stupid weakness, but it's a fun boss to fight. So yeah, that game's a lot of fun, and that's pretty much all I've been playing this week,
Cool.
I guess.
Great.
Yes.
Shall we move on to news?
Gaming
Gaming
news.
news.
Yeah.
Gaming news.
Nothing's happened like
PS4
this week, has it?
released.
Oh, that.
Nothing happened? No, I
Yeah.
can't really think of anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's been pretty quiet.
Yeah.
Something about a new console or something, but
Yeah. PS4 released and stuff. Let's talk
Not
about
too
that,
much.
shall we?
yeah, maybe we should.
I guess so.
Alright. So basically, I
Oh.
just sort of read the first one. Like the little comment below it where it says, more similar structure to PCs, good for devs. Maybe you should have thought about that before using a very shitty CPU architecture in the PS3.
Yeah.
Which made it was terrible. That's why the PS3 had no games.
It had no games.
It
You can't think of any really, apart from say Little Big Planet, and the rest
okay,
were.
okay,
Yeah, Red Dead
no
Redemption.
games is an exaggeration. It doesn't
Yes.
have as many games.
Okay.
Yeah.
It doesn't have as many games because a lot of people just could not be fucked porting their stuff to their shitty CPU.
Which is fair
And
enough,
those
really.
that did, a lot of it is just emulated.
Okay.
A lot of them just emulate regular CPU architecture on that CPU because it's just
dear.
easier.
Yeah.
Right.
So, did anyone watch the actual launch?
I did.
I watched about half
the-
an hour of it.
I
Yeah.
watched the event.
What did you think of it?
Well, the games and the demos, which we'll get onto later, they looked quite good. But there was a problem that Alt brought up on the official PS4 thread on the forums, which was them having times 86 based AMD.
Yes.
And the way he explained it to us was the fact that that's a 32-bit
Mm-hmm.
system instead of a 64-bit, and can't really utilize the RAM that they've put in.
Exactly. It's got
So
more RAM than it can actually access. Yeah.
yeah, so if
So
we
it
had
should be
Alt on,
interesting.
he could obviously talk more about that,
Hmm.
but we don't. So
We can just
does
make
anybody
sure.
else know in depth about the problems with this? Like that we
No,
have here?
I'm assuming they know this.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm assuming they know that the CPU can't handle that. Like, that architecture can't handle that amount of RAM. And I'm assuming they just have a different kind of system for getting around it.
You'd hope
Yeah.
so.
Like, whether they just send someone round to your house and they just, like, tear off the top of the console and just move some RAM around.
Yeah, Alt did say they must know what they are doing if they've done this. Like, they have a way around getting
yeah.
rid of
Yes.
the problems that
They
have.
must have a way around it.
And if they don't, they're just fucking idiots.
Hmm.
well,
Exactly.
So, yeah, that's fun.
Yeah.
Though I do have another one of their comments that I'd like to talk about.
Go ahead.
Okay. You know when they said, when they did the whole million entities thing?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
oh yeah, that was
The blue blocks.
The cloud's made out of Viagra.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the
Um,
thing is, million entities means nothing.
It depends how in depth they are, really, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yes,
Well,
exactly.
yeah, they
It-
were
it
like
depends,
little
'cause an
nothings.
entity can be anything. An
Mm.
entity could be like a prop, or an entity
Yeah.
could be like some super complex AI.
Yeah.
So you could have like a million props, and that's nothing. All you need for that is like vertex data, positional information, velocity, stuff like that.
Hmm.
Well, it was the
Whereas,
same prop as well, wasn't it? Well, not prop, but entity.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah, it
That
was
little
just
blue
entity.
blob.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
So an entity could literally be anything. Like, it doesn't even have to be visible. It could just be something that's abstract,
Mm.
and it's still an entity. You know,
Yeah.
so having like 1,000,000 enemies, that would be a pretty good achievement. All of them loaded
That'd
into
be
memory and all of
insane.
them done, but I don't actually see that being a
No,
thing
that's
without
like
heavy
impossible.
abstraction. Exactly. You would need super heavy abstraction.
Mm.
Like, you would need to go up to like a squad and platoon level AI and then sort of trickle down. Someone just
They'll
added
work
Cheesy
it
Fucker
out.
2 to the games list.
What?
Someone added Cheesy Fucker 2 to the games list.
Oh, nice. Yeah, that's a fun game actually. I had a great time modeling and doing all the cutscenes for that one. So
Are they releasing
You
any
should have told
peripherals
us that
for
earlier.
it?
what?
Are they releasing any like peripherals for it, sort of like special controllers?
Well, you can use the Move controller if you really want.
Oh, nice.
Nobody wants to.
Or you can
Nobody
just
wants to use the move.
not buy the game at all, because I'm perfectly fine with that as well.
Well, you've put a lot of effort into it, so we'll buy it for you, mate. We'll buy
No,
it.
please don't. It's a bit embarrassing.
Oh.
So, them games they showed.
Yeah, but first, the controller.
Mm.
Oh.
When will they put the primary analog stick in the primary position, like, meaning up the top? It's just so hard to reach over there on those little controllers, I find.
Well,
That's my
I've
main
only
hate
ever
for it.
played with a PlayStation controller. Like, that's the
basic
only
one?
controller I've ever had,
Oh.
because scum.
Because you're
Yeah.
poor.
Yeah, pretty much.
My
I
first was
I
the...
even played with the controller before it had analog sticks,
Mm.
because hardcore.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yep.
But yeah, I can't really know how the Xbox controller really fits and handles.
Well, I
So-
have one right here.
Yeah,
and let me tell
same.
you,
That's the why.
it's comfortable, it fits your hands perfectly.
Pretty much.
Right.
You don't have really like a bend on your thumb either, where...
Yeah, like,
You're
so
diving
I have a friend who
towards
has a
the middle.
PS3, and when I hold those controllers, I have to sort of like contour my hands.
It is
Half my hand
awkward,
is sitting
yeah.
off the bottom of it because the handles aren't long enough to
Especially when
actually
you
fit the
say...
entire hand.
Right,
So
yeah.
Say
an Xbox controller is a lot bigger because it fits your hands.
Mm.
Right.
Like, I don't, when I have this and I'm holding my hands like I am now, of course you can't see this, I don't have to actually stretch anything. It just fits.
Right. So the PlayStation controllers are difficult for those with
Normal people
who
hands.
spend-
Adult hands.
Yeah,
Yeah.
with normal people hands.
with normal people hands and people.
But with
that-
a small child's hands, like PS3 users,
Mm.
it's perfectly fine.
What was
my.
that?
Oh,
Well, fuck you all, PC Master Race for the win.
Yeah, well, we all are. So.
yeah.
Yeah.
It just seems to be built for smaller hands.
Yeah.
Or casual
yeah,
gamers, if you will, yeah.
But the
Yeah, the
thing is,
PlayStation
though,
controllers
I
are
actually
fine.
have kind of small hands.
Well, same. I've got dainty
I
little
have, I
bastard
have
hands.
very, very effeminate hands.
Glad I'm not the only one.
And it's still a lot easier to hold a 360 controller
Yeah.
than it is to hold a PlayStation one.
Yeah, but people who have been playing with Xbox and 360, like, more than they have with PlayStation, will obviously find the PlayStation controller.
Yeah, you
harder
get
to
used to the
use.
controller that you
Yeah.
use the most.
Yeah,
but-
so first you'd
Yeah,
Yes,
so,
but
um,
just as an aside, I grew up with a PlayStation,
Same.
and I only got like 360 when I was like 13 or 14.
right.
I grew up with
So
the Sega
I've
Mega
been using
Drive,
both all my life.
So Sega Mega Drive, perfectly flat, so
Yeah.
there's no real way to hold it. Then I went on to the N64. Well, I don't have three hands, so that didn't go too well.
The N64 was weird, but it still kind of worked.
It worked,
It worked
yeah,
in what
but-
it was trying to
Because
do.
you'd hold the middle prong
Yeah.
and the right prong. That's what I did.
I still prefer the Super Nintendo controller. Nice and basic.
Yeah.
Now
Yeah.
Wii controller, man. It's way easier to use
Oh,
and everything.
Nah. I don't like Wii controllers for some reason. I don't know
Yeah,
what it is.
yeah. The
I
response
got a Wii
is
on
absolutely
release.
terrible, and
Well,
you can't
yeah.
use it for shit.
I got the Wii on release, so I
Oh.
obviously was playing a lot of Twilight Princess, Zelda game.
Mm.
And like, I was literally kind of like using it like I was actually holding a physical controller, if you know what I mean.
Okay.
Opposed to like the wires.
Well, it
and
is a
all that.
physical controller.
Yes.
Yeah,
I
but
mean-
not like a big clunky one that you'd hold in your hands. It's more of
Yeah.
a swing it round, dancing and everything type of controller.
Like they
Yeah.
demonstrated with the Move at the PlayStation 4 launch.
Oh
Yeah.
god, that was confusing. I
That
had
was
no
a
idea what was
pile
going
of
on.
fuck right there.
Yeah.
Oh no.
There is a video that Joe linked in the PS4 thread, which I shall also link in the description,
Oh, the
which is absolutely brilliant. The abridged version.
the abridged one sums it up
Yes.
so
Oh
well.
yes.
yes.
It's so good, and it is pretty much all that happened that was of importance.
Made
Just
interesting. Yeah.
Yeah. Not 2 hours long either. It's about 5 minutes of it.
Hmm.
I think it's just over 3 actually, so you know,
Yeah.
even better.
I mean, the whole scene.
Can
The whole like launch event seemed like such a farce. Just
Yeah.
it
They-
really
they
did.
They
always
didn't
are,
even
though.
show the fucking console.
No, that's because they don't have it
That's-
yet. It isn't actually finished. They haven't finalized the design of the console.
Yeah, that's fucking great.
The only the controller they had was only the last prototype essentially, and that only got approved like 2 days before the event.
That's
Shit.
pretty dreadful.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm sure
can
we'll
we
see how
talk
it
about the
goes.
share button?
The share
The
button.
share button.
Oh, the share
oh,
button. This is going to work perfectly for everything.
oh yes.
And
Absolutely, but you
It's not
see,
going to glitch out at all and completely fuck
And
you
people won't
over
constantly
in-
The
accidentally
thing I
knock
don't
it.
understand about it is, why do you need a button on your controller for it?
Yep.
When you
Because you'll
hit
be
that
sharing
button,
that
right?
much.
No doubt, when you hit it, it's going to bring up a menu. Because, I mean, it's not going to just immediately know whether you want to take a screenshot or a video or whatever, because it's just a button. So
Exactly.
you hit that and it brings up a menu. So immediately you're interrupting your game. Which is fine, I guess. You know, you already hit it, you obviously wanted to do it.
Yeah.
But I don't understand why it needs to be a button. Why
Yeah.
can't you just hit, like, the PlayStation Home button, bring
then
up
go
the
into a
guide
menu,
or whatever
yeah.
it is, and then hit share on that? Why does it need to
Exactly.
be a button on the controller?
It really doesn't. It's unnecessary.
I think the point of it being on there
Exactly.
is that people see it and they're like, just because it's there, they'll be more inclined to use it, at least until the
I don't
gimmick
know.
wears off. Because if
Yeah.
it
Possibly
was
could have
just
a-
in a menu, then people are going to be like, well, I could use this, but then I have to go through this, this, and this to get to it, sort of thing instead.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean,
Well,
it could be
possi-
like...
yeah.
It could be like you open up the guide and then you hit triangle.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
You know, there's no need to actually navigate to it and then go into it or whatever.
Yeah, but having
You
the
know,
share
it's just a
button there
combination
has...
of buttons as opposed to just a single button.
Yeah, but having this in, like, the actual share button itself makes it more immediate, sort of. If you're sitting there and it's like, oh yeah, I could pause it to go into to share, set this up to share the screenshot or whatever, or I can hit this button and then it sort of starts it off. It's that immediacy, really.
But you see, the thing is, you can either pause it and go to the menu and do it, or you can hit the button, which pauses it and brings up a menu to do it.
Yes, but
Yeah. It saves
no
about
time.
3 seconds.
Yeah,
It
it
could
saves
just
a
be.
few seconds of time
It could just be
for
like
something
a
that could be used
mappable
for
button.
something else.
Yeah,
But
it's
then
all
again,
about the
like,
mentality
10 to
of having it
12-year-olds
there.
have no patience.
Exactly, that's the thing. It's like, for the people who will be using it the most, it's a matter of, oh, look, this is here when I want it, instead of having to do something else to get to it. That's really all the point of it. We have this, look at
Okay, can I have like a power button, a restart button,
us.
a button to get me food, etc., all on the
Well, that
controller?
just sounds
Can I have
perfect.
that?
That's for the woman.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
I want that to save me time.
yeah.
Maybe the button has, say, you program it in the menu before you want to do a recording to say it could be, say, a
No one's gonna
screenshot
put up
button
with
or-
that effort to do that unless they're
I don't know. It's
doing
just
it
gonna be
for
about
like
the
a
same
let's play or
amount as-
something.
Yeah.
'Cause-
And with the live streaming thing,
I
Oh,
also think the live streaming thing's actually kind of cool.
it's a good idea, yeah.
Yeah, it's a good
Yeah, like
idea.
just having native live streaming built into the console. That makes
It
it a
doesn't
lot
have any
easier.
sound. You don't get sound from any microphones though. If you wanted to like speak to your viewers or anything, it's literally just pure console, I think.
Huh. Okay.
So
I don't know. I think it probably would have microphone audio.
no, that's how the Call of Duty one works. So I'm not
Really?
sure if it's going to be
No,
cross from
yeah,
that.
it would
like-
have to, considering it's actually a live stream, and if so long as you have a mic input, I'm sure it would work.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Hopefully PS4
If
have
not,
done that,
just
'cause
open up like
Treyarch
I don't
haven't.
know, a Skype call or whatever.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean, you're live streaming from a console. It's not like you're going to have millions of viewers.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah. I mean, it's gonna have to be capped pretty hard anyway, you'd think. Just
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about the
Should do
touchscreen?
the little touchpad
Yeah.
deal. Yeah.
Yeah, that's gonna be something that's there.
I'm not gonna. I don't now have a clue how that's gonna work.
I can see it
'cause-
working
I
with like
actually-
RTS games. That's about it.
Yeah.
I
Maybe.
actually kind of like it. Just
God,
as an
you like
idea.
something? Jesus Christ.
Okay, no, I mean, like for example, say, all right, so Skyrim on the console, right?
Mhm.
Sorry, my cat's just laid down on my hand. Skyrim on the console, or at least on the 360, doesn't have a quick save option.
Huh.
Right.
Unless you plug in your Kinect, at which point you can just say quick save. and
Oh
it'll do it.
god.
Oh,
'Cause
Jesus
the-
Christ.
I'm gonna do that
The
when I'm
Kinect,
playing.
the Kinect has a bunch of voice commands to Skyrim, like all the shouts and everything. It's actually kind of cool.
That's
I like
pretty
that.
good then, yeah.
Yeah.
It'd be funny to watch though.
But it doesn't have just a built-in because there aren't enough buttons.
Hmm.
Whereas with a touchscreen, which I'm only assuming that it could be programmed and changed per game.
Yeah, it's all developed.
'Cause if
to the
it can't,
side.
then
it's
it's
not
kind of
just going to
shit.
be a thing you can actually use. You'd imagine for everything. Menus is a big thing it could be useful for, really. Any sort
Yeah.
of squad control type thing, or yeah,
Yeah, I just think it'll be useful for those games where there simply aren't enough buttons.
Hmm.
I can see it's just gonna be a gimmick though.
Oh yeah, the
Yeah,
whole thing is
It's
a
gonna
gimmick.
be something that's gonna
Yeah, the
break.
whole thing's a gimmick, though.
Yeah.
It's
I
got-
actually prefer the Wii U controller, honestly. And
the
look at that
Wii U
thing.
controller is actually not that bad.
No,
'Cause
it's
Yeah,
just
it's okay.
I've used it
interesting.
around a friend's house, and there are no problems with it, seeing as you can actually see
Oh
what's
yeah.
on the TV through the screen.
Hmm.
yeah.
What my problem is with touchscreens is if you can't actually see what's happening, what you're touching and interacting with, it's
That-
gonna be pretty much useless.
That's why you buy a
Yeah.
Vita to
That's
use with
a
it.
good point. I hadn't actually
Yes,
considered.
yes, the Vita.
They'll sell them one
I
day.
hadn't actually considered how being able to see. Like you would have to look down because if each game had a different set of buttons, you wouldn't know where each one was. You'd have to get used to it. But
Yeah.
even then, actually just finding it without looking at it is
Yeah.
impossible because it's a touchscreen. There's no tactile feedback.
Yeah.
Huh.
Also, it has a light sensor
Hmm.
on
What's
the
that
back
for?
of it. And the way they explained it is basically it's looking like a Kinect for the controller.
Hmm.
What they said
What?
was with the light sensor and a different part which picks up this light sensor, it's going to have a automatic look at the 3D position of the controller in your room and how you're holding it and everything. Which sounds okay, but
Also
what
kind
exactly
of creepy.
is
That sounds awkward as hell.
Yeah.
what exactly is it going to do?
Maybe be a steering wheel? I don't know.
Yeah, it's,
Yeah.
Flight
it's like
control.
I was
they
gonna
put in-
say. Yeah, flight
They've
control.
put in
it's-
all of these like things, but
It's got.
are they actually going to work?
They've jammed every
Probably
gimmicky thing
not.
they have or could think of into the controller to cover as many bases with what the hip young kids are using these days. Lights and touchpads,
Do you
buttons.
say
How
hip
many-
young kids though,
Yes,
or do you
How
say
many-
families?
hip young kids.
How many of
Family
these
gamers
features
so often.
are just stolen from
Everything else.
Nintendo products?
All of them.
Yes.
Yeah, all of them.
I only just realised this.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
they
Blu-ray
are
Vita.
basically.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Using the Vita is essentially a Wii U gamepad.
Mhm.
yeah.
Using
Really tiny
what
one.
is essentially a beefed up 6-axis and Connect and a Connect ripoff to
Yeah.
achieve the same effect that the Wii U gamepad has.
Yep.
A
But keep
touchscreen,
it on a controller.
like the
Touchscreen.
Wii U gamepad has.
Quite.
Yeah. It's just covering
Yeah.
all the bases. I mean, it's good for if developers want to use a feature that's already built into it, but yeah.
As long as the features aren't in every game, like every
Oh,
feature for every game, that'd just be so
You can't
stupid.
I
Yeah.
can't imagine developers would put in the extra effort to make it. Oh, we have to make it use the touchpad sort of thing.
Oh hell no. I think they'll just
Well,
be too like.
Did they say what like the fidelity of the touchpad was? Like how, like is it just like a bunch of LEDs in there, or is it actually a screen?
They
no,
didn't
it's just
say
a
anything.
touchpad. It's literally just a touchpad.
They just said it has a touchpad on the front.
and it only.
That's literally all the information that they gave.
No, I'm pretty sure it
So
also.
it might not even have a screen.
No, it doesn't have a screen. It's literally just a
Yeah,
touchpad.
it's touchpad.
But it only works with like
No.
one finger at a time, so you can't do the whole like zooming in on phones and touchscreens.
Yeah,
So it is just it's essentially a mouse touchpad from a laptop.
yeah, it's a trackpad.
Yeah.
Trackpad,
So
I'm
that
out of
basically
it.
makes everything I said about why I liked it completely inert.
Yes.
Yeah,
Because if you
Yes.
can't actually put buttons on it,
Mm.
then what's the point?
exactly. Yeah,
Like yeah.
Sure, we tell someone, or we'll find out.
Mm.
yeah.
It's the same with it's got the options button as well, hasn't it? It's like, surely you could just do that from the menu as well.
You'd think so. You'd really think
Yeah.
so.
Or is that just an alternative start button?
Well, it only
Yeah,
it's got
sounds
the
like
big
it.
sort of PlayStation button and then the options button up the top there. So
So it's basically just the start button in a different, less
Yeah, 'cause-
convenient place.
doesn't the power button pause and everything? Yeah.
Yeah, the power button pauses your game and brings you out of your game to the PlayStation menu.
Yes. Yes.
The start button just puts you in the in-game menu. So that's probably what the options button is going to do. And by the looks of it, they've taken out the select button.
Yeah, but no one
was-
uses select buttons anymore.
I used to in games like Assassin's Creed Brotherhood,
back-
where they
the-
mapped
well,
it to the
it's-
map.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's the equivalent on a 360 controller is the back button, so I've always called it that.
Yeah.
But, you know, the select back button, whatever, is always used for stuff.
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
Like, it's used for maps, objectives,
So-
bringing up a different kind of menu, whatever.
Maybe
Whatever.
that's what
It does
the
things.
touchpad is going to be. It's a glorified select button.
Yeah.
God,
That's
dear.
gonna be perfect for everyone involved.
I can see it's going to be the greatest controller of February.
Yeah, we're gonna forget about it so quickly.
Yes,
Not even
pretty
funny.
much. Once they actually have something
Then-
worthwhile to release and talk about.
Shall we talk about them video games that were shown?
Them games.
Yeah, them games.
Damn video
Alright, let's go
games.
down the list. Because
They
I
looked
don't know
good.
what half of these are.
I
One is
missed.
Knack.
Knack was the
The plug game.
main plug, basically. This was what they used for, I can't remember his name, but a guy who created like Crash
Cerny?
Bandicoot and
Yes, oh that's
all of
right,
that.
yeah.
yeah, developing a new game called Knack, which is about a small robot that they created, and I have no idea. It's supposed to destroy monsters and stuff. It wasn't very memorable at all.
It didn't really say what type of game it was either, did it?
It's apparently
No,
an action
it looks like
adventure
a beat 'em up.
platformer.
With elements of beat 'em up, really.
Sounds kind of shit.
It looked shit. And basically, not only was it a plug for Knack, it was also a plug to get the Vita involved.
The entire
Which
thing was,
is-
oh, you can use the Vita, please buy the Vita. Oh god, we need to sell
Yeah.
them.
We would really love it if you bought a Vita.
Mm.
And the Vita
I honestly
isn't
thought
bad.
it was a game for Vita instead of PS4.
No, it's a game for PS4. It's just,
Buy the Vita, please.
Yes.
yeah, basically.
Well, to be honest, I'd rather use a Vita than that controller.
The Vita is not bad. It's just kind of useless currently. It had no games on it and no space for games on it, and kind of sucked.
Yeah.
But it's not bad in the slightest. It's just
It's
Typical
kind of
Sony
shit,
type thing, then.
but it's not bad.
it's shit in that it's useless. It's
So
not shit
it's
as in
shit
it's...
and useless and terrible, but it isn't bad.
No, I'm
hasn't
saying
found
it's
its
shit as in
Vita.
it has no
That's
use.
what you're saying.
It's shit as it has no use. It's not
Hmm.
shit because it's useless as a console and as a runner of games.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, next one was the new Killzone.
Killzone
Killzone,
Shadowfall.
yay! I thought they stopped making those, but yeah. Oh.
Yeah, the demo of this was basically how the first level would be. You're introduced to characters, and then shit goes down, explosions, and then you have to kill a bunch of dudes.
Yes.
Michael Bay.
Basically.
So basically, video games are the game.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
generic shooter, the game.
I reckon it could be alright.
It looks pretty.
Oh yes, but it was obviously not
It could
gameplay.
be
That's
alright,
the difference.
but it doesn't. It
It
doesn't
just-
sound particularly original.
It
I mean,
doesn't
it's a
look
sequel,
like
it
it's
is
added
original.
to the FPS genre.
No.
It's just generic shooter number 4028
Mm.
or something.
I reckon it'll be what probably
It'll
40,
be what
50
it is.
on release. Probably worth about 15 though, I reckon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's next? Drive Club.
Drive
Club.
Club. Yeah.
Well-
If I'm not mistaken, this was the guy who was absolutely obsessed with cars.
If he could, he would just be beating off like exhaust pipes all day
Yeah.
long.
Yeah.
Talking
it was
about
like,
This, yeah.
I sometimes worry if the leather looks authentic or
Wait,
something.
the leather needs more textures. We must put all this texture and all the
Yeah,
polygons
and
into making
they-
the leather look realistic. The thing you'll never see.
Yeah.
Yeah,
they
stop making it
modelled-
look good and make it play good, because I can see it's just going to be
It looked
The
so
colour-
typical
average.
driving game.
It's going to be a typical car game.
The cars look good.
They
yeah, but
look,
the cars
but
look
it's
good in
just-
every racing game.
Exactly.
It's just a driver. It's
Because
just,
they don't, it's not like they have to put in like a bajillion polygons rendering the environment. You're going past it at like
Mm.
ridiculous speeds. You're
Oh,
not really going to stop and look.
The actual
Yeah.
So they
footage
put all the
for it.
polygons into the cars.
Yeah, the actual footage for it looked average as hell, though. That's the thing. I don't know if
Yeah.
that was just the result of the stream I was watching, or if that was the actual in-game footage. But yeah, it just looked so crap.
it looked extremely, extremely average.
It looked like they did put the entire development time into making the cars as realistic as possible, which is good.
Yeah, he said.
But 90% of the time in a driving game, you're looking at the windscreen and that's it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
He said like they've gone painstakingly close without sleep,
Mm.
getting all the small details, all the horsepowers for the car.
Recreating
It's like-
every
So what they've
exact
done
nut
is
and
they've
bolt.
done what typical developers do when developing a game.
Yeah,
Well,
except they exaggerated it to seem like it was worth all the effort.
exactly, because this one guy is a complete car nut and was like,
Yeah,
let's make my game that no one will really like. Yeah.
You can see this is going to use the controller's gyro, can't you? But I think what they should do when they make a driving game is actually give you like almost actual car setup. Obviously, it's going to be quite expensive.
They should just deliver you a car.
Yeah.
Yeah, just give you a car. Why not?
Yeah.
But yeah, it'd be much more fun actually having to like use the clutch, the handbrake, and all that crap to actually drive instead of just like holding right trigger and occasionally like moving the analog stick, which pretty much every driving game is nowadays.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
find.
with normal driving games, you can switch into manual mode and do all of that manually. But what
You don't
cunt
need to
would
though.
do that? It just makes the game 100 times harder and trickier to use, and just
Well, there's people
like,
who
just
actually enjoy the experience, like those who play
Yeah.
sort of simulators, especially.
who are the people who are already considering buying this game.
Exactly.
So we don't need to convince them
It's
to
got
buy
a very
this game.
specific market it's aiming at, really.
Yeah, the car nuts,
Yes.
and that's what it's gonna sell to.
Mhm.
And that's all it's
I
gonna
can
sell.
see them trying to get some
don't know.
sort of Top Gear cross promotion happening when it gets closer to release.
Oh my.
Just
Yeah.
because, yeah. Yeah.
I reckon it also could get the joke audience as well if it's really that bad. Like the people that buy Train Simulator. I can't
Train
do it.
Simulator is not bad. It's
I bought it when it was like, I think it was £4 with the zombies or something. And I literally, all I did, full throttle, full acceleration, just bomb it down the track and see when I can derail it.
Nice.
It's like,
that's
I
all you
didn't
ever
play
do
it
with
properly.
trains. You just derail them.
Yeah.
That's pretty much all you do. But some of the simulators as of late, like London 2012 Train Simulator,
Yeah.
that didn't look too bad.
Isn't there a new one that just came out, which is literally one train route though? And it's like $40 here, and it's wow, bullet train going on one line over and over again.
I
There's
certainly haven't
actually-
heard of that.
There's actually a Train Simulator DLC based on the Isle of Wight, the Isle of Wight steam railway, actually.
I'd
Oh.
enjoy that, I think, actually.
Yeah, but you're
Well,
Australian.
you'd understand people like me buying it because I actually live there.
Hmm.
But who else would want that?
People who like driving around islands.
It just looks like every other probably train sim race. Train sim map though, I'm reckoning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's the one I was talking about. London Faversham High Speed. Yeah.
What?
How much does that cost then?
$40 US.
Oh, nice. Yeah, that's definitely worth it.
One of the
Whoa.
screenshots is literally as if you're a passenger with an iPad. Yeah.
Nice. Nice.
Oh, back on topic. Yes.
Yeah, it's back on
So
topic.
yeah, next game, Infamous Second Son.
Mm.
I have nothing to say about it.
So this intro, the creator went into a dark place about how UK has all of these CCTV cameras
Yeah.
and everything is being monitored all the time.
So political.
And then he mentions
Editing.
that's when these people became superheroes
Mm.
and
Well, when he
go
started,
against
when he
the government.
came on and started talking about it, I thought he was talking about Watch Dogs, to be honest, because I'm pretty sure that's
Yeah.
what
Yeah.
the original trailer for Watch Dogs was. It had all the cameras and all this information, and it even
Yeah.
looked like it.
Except when this game got into the action of it, it was a person throwing a fireball.
Well, yeah, I thought, to me it was like Watch Dogs and then X-Men. Because it's
Yeah.
like suddenly
Yeah.
there were mutants and the police had to come and shut it down. It's like, this is the exact storyline of everything to do with X-Men ever. Okay.
Yeah. It doesn't look like a bad game, it's just
A
generic
bit silly.
again
Yeah.
with everything. And I mean, it looks interesting. Might look into it, pick it up
Hmm.
if it comes out on PC.
Well, no, it's
But
You know what it
Infamous.
otherwise-
sounds like to me?
Infamous was exclusive to PlayStation.
So yeah, I'm not gonna get
Yes.
it.
To me,
It-
it,
it's
sounds
not-
like it sounds like it's just more Infamous, which
Yeah,
it is
yeah.
because it's a sequel. But I mean, like
Exactly.
it just sounds exactly the same.
Hmm.
yeah. It's definitely not something that I would consider buying a PS4 just to play.
No.
It doesn't sound
No.
like one of those games.
Yeah, pretty much.
So, yeah, that's infamous. Deep Down?
I
What was this game about?
don't know. I think this
Yeah,
is one I
it's
missed.
a
Dragons,
fantasy RPG,
apparently?
I think. Yeah.
Uh,
So yeah, it's a fantasy RPG.
Okay.
But
was
other
this
than
the
that, I
one
don't
where
know much.
the dude walked in with the armor and then a dragon breathed fire on him? And
That sounds exactly what it
Wait,
probably is.
was that the Final Fantasy one? I'm not sure. Where's the video for
no,
it?
New Final Fantasy is down a bit. That was
Oh
just...
yeah, Deep Down has a dragon in it.
Yeah, so Deep Down made its entrance by having the cinematic be a dragon breathing fire on a dude,
Hmm.
and it looked very Dark Soulsy.
Yeah. Hey, look, it's got a
It
bonfire.
looked pretty.
Um.
It looked pretty, but it didn't really show much of the gameplay or what the game was about.
No,
It was
I think it's
just
gonna be
a dragon breathing fire
on a dude.
on a person wearing
Oh my.
armor.
Exciting.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
Watch Dogs.
Now this is
Oh,
a game that I really want to play.
Since everything about it came out last year, I've been like, I need this so much in my life.
It was definitely a great show at E3.
Oh yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
sort of annoys me that because it's been done with the whole PS4 release that now they can't really do it as a launchy, exciting advertising thing on Xbox or anything.
No.
But yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Game looks good.
it
Looks
looks
very good.
It's got a lot of very, very nice concepts in it.
Yeah. Hacking into
Everyone's cell phones.
traffic things and making cars crash
And,
and making trains go in the wrong direction.
just shutting down entire city blocks.
It looks very open worldy, and
Yes,
it
I'm hoping
looks
it is.
very well done,
pretty much. I mean, it's
I
sort of.
hope it's got a lot of gameplay as well.
and
'cause-
I am excited for this game.
This is like the game for this year
Yeah.
or whenever it actually gets released.
I just sort of phased out for a second there. I didn't hear anything anybody was talking about.
Fantastic
Well, that's just fucking
contribution.
perfect then, you cunt.
But I've heard nothing about Watch Dogs, and I don't really care about it.
Oh well,
it
I'll
looks
definitely
very
recommend
good,
checking it
so
out.
It's
just
sort
check
of
out the demo.
think sort of GTA open worldness, but with
Hacking into systems.
Anonymous.
Deus Ex style tech-ish in parts. But with,
Sounds shit.
no, it looks amazing. I'm just bad at describing things because I hate you. The fact you
Pretty
don't,
much.
the fact you don't know about it makes you a worse person.
Yeah, it makes you almost as bad as Madbird.
Yeah, but he likes the game, so he's like one step above you now. Yeah.
Yeah. Although he did say that Portal 2 wasn't a great game. So.
He's not the only one there.
Oh,
I didn't think it was worth 40 quid.
Oh, I don't think it's worth 40.
no.
No, I
not 40.
bought it on release, and I just about managed to get through it, and
I don't
Yeah.
think I don't
console.
think it's worth the price it was released at, but it's still a fantastic game.
Yeah.
I would say it's worth it now.
It's
for
definitely
sure.
worth the £3 sum that I spent for it. so-
Yeah.
I spent 40 on console, and I got it for free in a giveaway on Steam, so I'm quite happy about that.
Bugger.
But some of the custom stuff that's been done, I really like playing a lot of that. The original game, yeah, it's a good game, but it's not a £40 game in my opinion.
Right.
I don't know. I think I'd pay maybe £35 just for the soundtrack.
Oh yes, that's a fair point.
Right.
I know we're not actually supposed to be talking about Portal 2, so if you have PS4 stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
But
So
I think
PS4
The
demo
soundtrack
releases.
for Portal 2 is really, really good.
I think the fact that we can be so easily distracted from talking about the PS4
Yeah.
mediocrity.
Yeah, like,
So,
It was from the best game,
Yeah.
Watch Dogs. So what's next?
Yes.
So back to
Diablo
PS3 when
3.
PS4
Diablo
released.
3, yeah.
Blizzard's amazing claim to fame with taking over the world with the PS4 ended with Diablo 3. And that's all we're gonna say about it.
Yes.
Yep, I don't
So-
think we even need to say anything else.
Yeah,
Diablo,
Diablo
3
3
is
for
coming
the
to the
PS4.
PS4.
Lol.
Hooray.
In brackets, I've seen. So,
Destiny.
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 Yes.
What
This
was
is
this
going to
game?
be Destiny's Bungie's new
Destiny
piece.
is the first game Bungie has made for a console that isn't
Halo.
Microsoft.
Yeah.
yeah.
You know, it's the first game it's made that isn't Halo for a
Mm.
while.
Yeah.
It's shaping up to be either it'll be amazing
Fair
and
game, man.
change things a lot because of how the world works for it, or it could fail horribly. But
It looks interesting, but then it's console exclusive and also an MMO, so I just don't see it.
well, that's
working
the
that
thing.
well.
It's got sort of persistent world MMO, single player storyline, generic-ish sci-fi game. I mean,
Eh,
but
I
with
might maybe pick it up later.
oh, I'm
but
gonna buy it on
I
release,
just-
pretty much. But
I don't think it's. I think just going for a pure console exclusive game
Well,
that, as far as I know, was actually fairly advertised as being heavily multiplayer.
yeah.
At least that's all I've heard about it so far.
Well, the main thing
It
is that
just
it's
seems
sort of
stupid
got
to have that
drop-in
as a
and
console
everything. Yeah.
exclusive.
Well, it's console exclusive, but it's also got a lot of social media and everything else, like apps and things for phones and what have you, that tie into it.
Sure.
It's literally
Oh,
going to be
good! All
persistent
that extra
world.
stuff that nobody ever wants to use.
Oh yeah,
We need that though.
for Destiny, it sort of makes sense because it tells you about things that are happening in game. It's not just look, play this mini game sort of thing. It's to keep you playing it. It's interesting. I mean,
Definitely the best way to sum it up, I reckon.
yes, it's something to keep an eye on, like Watch Dogs, over the next few months until it actually gets a big announcement release type deal.
Yeah.
Witcher 3?
Mm-hmm.
Witcher 3 Wild Hunt.
Yes.
I'm assuming it's just gonna be Witcher 2, but not Witcher 2.
It's
Witcher 2.
Good way to put it.
Witcher 2.
That's what sequels generally are.
Yeah.
I'm just glad that the main point of the game, which is hunting animals and doing side stuff like that, is the title. Yeah.
Yeah, Wild Hunt.
Hmm.
Proved to be so popular, they just made a game about it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They took all the best elements of hunting in Skyrim and, Red Dead Redemption and put it into a Witcher game.
Yeah.
Right.
They said
the
something
Witness.
about it being more open worldy
Yeah.
and less linear than The Witcher 2.
Hmm.
Which,
It was an open world hunting game.
Yes.
yeah.
It's like, what's the big hunting game which gets released far too often?
Hunting Simulator 2014.
Well, yes, exactly.
Is it
Sounds
Cabela's
very
Big
generic.
Game
it.
Hunter? or
Yeah.
something? Yeah.
Sounds about right.
Never heard of it.
I know a guy that literally posts every kill he gets on there. It's quite funny.
Nice. I mean, I'm a fan of like Big Buck Hunter, which is an arcade game, which is just
Cabela's Big Game Hunter, that's it.
that's the one.
Yeah.
Big Buck Hunter. It's this arcade game that you always find in pubs and stuff. Just light gun and hunt deer, and that's the entire game, and it's amazing.
Sounds it.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. The Witness.
The Witness, yes, from Jonathan Blow.
I think I'm the least. I could not care about this in the least, and I think that sets me apart
Yeah.
from everyone else.
It looks like
you
a
want to
good...
know why I'm interested in it?
Go ahead.
It's a puzzle game.
Okay, so basically, I remember one of the interviews that he did, he was like, we have 60 bajillion sounds of footsteps.
What?
Huh?
This was a selling point.
Right.
Yeah, everybody wants
where
realistic.
basically they
footsteps.
have like he had something like a few hundred footsteps, just general footsteps, right? That would randomly play separately, and then it would have a few hundred for all the different materials, and a few and then like a few hundred transitional ones, and then you just sort of fade them all together depending on what you were walking on, depending on the
Wow.
material.
It's
Wow.
good they're
Which
using
sounds-
the PS4 to its full
Yeah,
capabilities
they're really pushing the limits of technology.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing The Witness
But no,
is a
there was something
walking
about
simulator.
how
Yes.
there was something about how like what you were standing on would really play into it, like where you were, and it would be really important to doing immersion or something. Which I guess
Right.
footsteps are important for immersion, but
Yeah.
that's literally the only thing I've heard about it.
It's like
Yeah,
you
sounds-
solve some mazes to get to open doors and things is all that I can tell about it. I mean, everything in it is solved by solving a maze.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Abstract puzzle game.
I'm sure it's going to be one of those things which is all about the story and, oh, look, this is so deep and meaningful, but it really just looks
Yeah.
boring. I mean, everyone seems to be loving it at the moment. I'm not sure why.
Walking Simulator 2013.
Yeah.
That's probably a game that some people would buy just for the pure gimmick.
Yeah.
Oh, if there was actually a
But-
walking simulator, that would be awesome. Like, if you could go
I
to
don't
different
think I'll buy it
forests
on
and stuff.
release date.
I'm sure you could mod something like Euro Truck Sim to not have trucks and just have people walking.
I would,
Yeah.
yeah, I'd buy that. Like, I'd buy the mod. Yeah.
Well, you have a jogging sim on Wii Fit, don't you?
Oh god,
Really?
Yeah.
Aw.
Where you just literally run around, run on the spot in your living room, looking at the Wii Fit Island.
Wow, that sounds
like-
terrible.
Why
Hey,
not
I
just go
played it
jogging?
once. I played it once, and the thing that I really didn't like about it was, if you went too slow, it didn't mind. It's just like, I'll just slow down for you. If you went
If you
too
ran,
fast,
you fell over.
if you went too fast, it told you to just stop.
Yeah, it told you to keep
And
a
if you
constant
kept going
pace.
too fast, and breaking pace and going at a massive amount of speed
Yeah.
on the spot, your character would just tumble.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense. It's just
You
like,
jogged
over.
too hard.
I don't fall over when I run faster than jogging pace.
Yeah.
And you start
I
off
mean,
that
I don't know
game.
about you guys, but I can break into a full sprint and not fall face first.
Mm.
Uh,
Mm.
well, it does depend if my badge is getting in the way.
Yeah.
True.
If it's obstacle free, then I can definitely just run without fail.
Oh, yes.
For about 5 seconds, and I kill over having a heart attack.
Oh, poor little cheesy.
That's not the best.
But I think the Witness, getting back onto topic once again.
Yeah.
Sorry about distracting from the badges, but yeah, it seemed like the entire point of having that one on the display was, oh look, here are all the big companies with their big games. Look, we have indie developers, please. I mean,
yeah, we have
Yeah.
this famous indie developer.
Mm-hmm.
But again, this isn't something that will sell the PS4 for me.
Oh god,
Especially seeing as this is a timed release
no.
and will come out on PC. I think it was like 6 months after,
Oh god.
or something.
Okay.
Or 6 weeks.
Yeah.
I don't know on either of
It-
those.
I would assume it would be either 6 months or 6 months.
Yeah.
That's usually sort of the standard, yeah.
So that's just the exclusives for timed release.
Hmm. Okay.
Up next, Final Fantasy.
No,
I
not
can't
quite.
read
not
that
quite.
many Roman numerals.
Media Molecule Creative Game.
Oh, we're talking about the
The clay penis.
the clay penis simulator. Yep, that's a
So
thing.
basically,
Am I
they
missing
thought it would.
something, or is this just not on the list?
Oh, it's not
the
in the.
Media Molecule Creative Game. That's right under the Witness.
It's not on the.
It's not in the
doc,
list.
It's on the.
No, it's not in the doc.
It's on
Oh,
the
it's
link.
not in the document, it's
Oh,
on the article. Right.
It's
Yes.
on the article. Yeah.
It's basically here. Use the controller to put some clay blobs together and try not to make too many dicks and show them to everyone.
Or you can make models dance and play guitars and do.
That whole demo would have really impressed me if they were doing it on stage instead of just using video.
Yeah.
Instead of it being like they're really obviously not doing that, but okay.
Yeah.
I reckon it's going to be an insanely hard game to actually do something good
Yeah.
other than a
Yeah.
dick.
Everyone will be like, oh, it'll come with the console, obviously, but it's probably just gonna. People get on there thinking, oh, I'm gonna make this amazing sort of creature or something, rage about 3 seconds into it when they can't actually control it to the degree they want.
Yeah. There'll be the one or two really, really good
Oh,
creative
yeah.
arty people who can
Yeah,
do it really
always
well.
is.
And then there'll just be the 5,000 12-year-olds that bought this console making penises.
Yes.
Hey, I'm not 12,
Uh,
but I probably would make penis.
Everyone
Well,
would.
What
It's
if
got-
they, for example, just rather than making something that is essentially a glorified modeling program, what if they just made another Little Big Planet? Little
Yeah.
Big Planet's actually a good game.
yeah. No idea why.
Like
It's just-
Little Big Planet 2 is both a good game and incredible and a very powerful like platform to launch minigames off of.
Right.
Like the editor in Little Big Planet 2 let you do so much stuff.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
You
But
could do
basically,
pretty much anything you wanted.
what this Molecule Creative game was, basically, buy the Move controller. We would really like you to buy the Move controller. Look at all the pretty things that you can do with the Move controller. We don't want
Exactly.
to turn into THQ with the U-Draw,
Mm.
pretty much.
Yep.
I don't think anybody could turn into THQ with the user.
That was pretty abysmal, what happened with that, but oh well.
Yes.
So now the new Final Fantasy. How
The
many,
new old trailer for Final Fantasy from last year. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's a thing that's gonna happen and probably wreck this series even more.
Mm.
Hooray.
You know what? I just want to place a bet here. I bet it isn't turn-based.
you
son of a-
really want to bet that?
Oh.
Because I will
Yes.
bet you nothing. Or, Luna's firstborn child. Just because it isn't mine and I don't want to lose anything of value.
Yeah.
Moving
Ooh.
on. Quantic Dream title?
Yeah, the old man head.
Yeah, David Cage's pretty old man.
The old man with eyes who'll make you
Feels
feel
Nick
emotion,
Cage.
because emotion is only... Oh, the way they made it sound, it's like, oh yeah, we have this brand new emotion engine and everything, and it'll make you feel things. Create a good game with a compelling storyline and decent characters, and I don't care if you can make an old man look sad.
Yeah. But basically just make Thomas Was Alone. 'Cause that was a fantastic game
Mm,
that made you feel for the characters in that.
yeah,
And it didn't even need all of these polygons
exactly.
to make you feel sad for the character and what was happening.
I think this is just their attempt to punch the Uncanny Valley in the face as hard as possible.
Yeah.
Yeah, for no real reason.
Mm.
I mean, yes, we can make our characters' heads look better. You'll never notice them until you kill them. At which point you'll just walk over the bodies anyway. Yeah.
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 Uh,
Right. I think that just sums it all up.
Yeah, that's...
Couple of rumours.
Oh my god.
Oh god, I hate that pun. Oh, fuck
No.
you, Joe, or no you, whoever.
My room is right next to the bathroom, and someone just went in and showered, and now I can just hear it beating down my wall.
hot.
Hot.
Yeah, I think if we listen carefully, we can just about grab it.
Yeah.
Oh well.
You can't hear it, can you?
If we listen really hard.
Yeah.
But other than that, no. Because we'll be talking over it, and yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So, the game that they've added, other than Cheesy Fucker 2, was Mario 4 MC Whacker's Shell.
Yes.
That sounds quite fun.
The long-awaited collaboration between Nintendo and Sony. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Nintendo-
So Sony steal like all of Nintendo's ideas hardware-wise,
And game-wise.
and then also get a Mario game.
Mhm. Because
Okay.
Nintendo's like, yeah, whatever, we're cool, we're Nintendo, we don't care.
Yeah, I don't care. It's fucking
We are
Nintendo.
rolling in cash. You can have some too if you want.
Yeah. So, that's it for the PS4, I guess.
Yeah.
Well,
Pretty much.
what
Gonna-
about this game from the Oddworld developer?
Oddworld developer. Oh yeah.
Just add
Yeah,
water. Is
just
that
add
the?
water.
Just add water. I don't think we actually saw any demos
No.
or anything of this in the event, so
No, I don't think there was
we
anything
basically
about
know
it.
We don't really have
nothing.
much.
and there's a rumor of Assassin's Creed 4.
Which isn't really a rumor, they're going to
Which
keep
isn't a
making them.
rumour.
Yeah, and nobody's
Just like
going to buy
I
them.
think I actually have a bet, like an actual cash bet, with No UU about whether the next Call of Duty game to come out this year will be Modern Warfare 4.
No, they can't have another Modern Warfare.
They will.
Oh,
They
yeah.
will, but they can't.
They will. It might not be called. It might not be called Modern Warfare 4, but it will be Modern Warfare
A
4.
continuation from the story, yeah.
Yeah, it will be a sequel to it. And that was what I bet to him, and he said, "No, you're wrong." And now I'm probably going to get $20.
Nice.
Well,
Nice.
let's just call this video the agreement, so
So-
you've got some witnesses.
So what's that, like 20p or something?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, nice.
I don't know whether we're doing 20 New Zealand dollars or 20 US dollars.
Both.
Just
Take it.
If
Take
I
some
win,
Australian
if I win,
dollars.
he gives me 20 US dollars. If he wins, I give him 20 New Zealand dollars.
That sounds fair.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
What's next on the list?
So Mugenics by Edmund.
Oh, yes.
That-
Edmund McMilkman releases lots of info about cunts.
Oh, you.
What was the number of cats again?
All of them.
Yeah, it's not a feasible number that you can actually say. Triggs, give it a try.
Was it?
Hang on, I have to go open up the link and go find it again.
Oh wow, you suck.
Alright, so it's 25...
Oct, wasn't it?
25 octillion. Wait. No, I've read this wrong.
He's just
25
broken.
octillion, 418 septillion, 658 sextillion, 283 quintillion, 290 quadrillion, and then that's it, I think.
Yeah.
It's a lot of
Is that all?
numbers.
Oh, and growing.
And growing.
Yeah.
So
I
there may
think I
be
said
2 or
that
3
right.
more
I
by
probably
now.
didn't.
It's going to be better than any of us can do.
Yeah. So this is, of course, Edmund Macmillan's new game.
Of
working
pain.
on with Tommy called Mugenics.
Hmm.
There's a rather cute story that goes with this that he put out to explain the game. Link to this article will be in the description. So
Yeah, that
Find
involved
it.
like one of the cats that he had starving to death in the attic.
yeah,
How
yeah.
cute.
Lovely.
Because it got kicked in the face by this cat that he was trying to mate with it because it had a nice tail.
Yes, and then the cat associated being kicked in the face with eating instead of being kicked
Yeah.
in the face with that other cat, and just wouldn't eat food. And died.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Poor thing.
I've just noticed that along the side, next to that story, there's all the games and cunt. Right at the bottom
Oh,
there.
gee. I didn't actually read
Right.
the bottom part of his story. Where it says, I wasn't able to save Dot because I was arrested by the local animal control shortly after I put Puddle in the queue. Probably because of letting Goon run away and the whole thing about giving my other cats, or my other cat AIDS thing. Or maybe it was the dead cat in the attic.
Yeah.
So
Well,
he just horribly mistreated these cats.
Yeah.
As a cat lover, I'm just about to uninstall Binding of Isaac and Super Meat Boy.
I do love Edmund Macmillan's sense of humour. It's
Yeah.
absolutely dark and brilliant
Yeah,
it
and
is.
amazing. So yeah, this is a cat breeding game.
Crazy Cat Lady
With
I
Sim.
lots of
can't really
cats.
get more from the story that he put out.
Well, that was his story
But-
about breeding some cats, yes.
It was his story about him trying to breed a cat with another cat, except it got kicked in the face and then eventually starved, and then him finding another cat with cat AIDS, breeding that with his cat, that cat having 2 narcoleptic kittens.
Yes.
One of the kittens that he put into the beauty contest or pageant fell asleep and didn't win anything, and the local animal control arresting him for grossly mistreating his cats.
Yeah.
So the way I see this game is you're a mad cat lady
Yes.
trying to make your cats breed
Mhm.
and just stay non-retarded.
Yes,
I can see they can all be retarded for my case.
the last level, the last like 5 words he put was "Cat Lady Sim, be ready."
Yeah.
I will be.
Yeah, that
Um,
basically sounds like what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The second paragraph states, I think most would describe Mugenics as a cross between The Sims and Pokemon with a sprinkling of Animal Crossing and a dash of Tamagotchi. Which sounds alright.
Wonderful.
It sounds like
Yeah, that sounds
everyone
pretty
in the world will play this and then nothing else for about 2 months.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
And
hope
just be
I
laughing
hope
their
that'll be the
asses
way
off.
that it's gone. That it goes. It's coming this year on Steam, iOS, and Android, and possibly more,
Nice.
along with Rebirth coming later.
Oh,
Mm.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
Got to try and 100% that as well.
Yeah. Next article then.
All right, so Elder
The Elder
Scrolls
Scrolls
Online.
Online.
Yeah.
Yep. The Elder Scrolls
First-person
Online
view won't
view
show hands
won't
or
show
weapons.
hands, dicks, or weapons.
Yes, Dick's definitely a very important part of that.
Oh, yeah, well, if they showed dicks, then they'd have to show tits to really balance it out and be fair to the sexes.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
So that would be kind of distracting, though, if you looked down and all you could see was tits.
Or a dick just
Or-
flopping in the breeze.
Yeah, or a dick just minding its own business. Just
Yeah, just
Donk off
sitting there, just being like, hey, dude. Yep.
It would be really cool if you could use that dick as a weapon, I might add.
Oh, yeah, just like tie some chains to it and turn it into a flail.
Or
Plus
just
5
jump
damage when
onto
against a
somebody's
female.
face and choke them.
So that's a bit more rapey, isn't it?
Well, everything can be improved with
I mean,
the
I'm
rape.
not saying it's not a violent rape, but it's still a bit rapey.
Each to their own.
Yeah.
It's a bit rapey, but it doesn't really matter.
The way this... I know we talked about this. Sorry to ruin the magic, but we talked about this before we actually started the podcast. The way this article words it makes no sense as to why it isn't a feature.
Mm.
Because the way they explained why they explained, I'll just read the article. In explaining the decision, Firo, or however you say his name, continued. The main difference here is in an online RPG, enemies can spawn in a 360-degree radius around you, especially in PvP. So third-person view mode, if you use it, will give you far greater ability to see enemies behind you in many situations. This will be the difference between living and not surviving a combat sequence. But you still have both third-person and first-person modes, so why don't you have view models in first-person?
Yeah. Plus, this just
Like,
makes...
you explained why third-person is great, not why you don't have first-person view models.
Yes.
And explaining that you should only use third-person mode, because you won't be able to do anything in first-person mode, because what are you hitting them with?
But still having a first-person mode.
Yeah,
Oh,
What a great article, Dave Cook.
it's just gonna be The Witness, but with death. if you use first-person mode.
First person's for the immersion, and that's about it. Third person is for, or I need to see what's behind this corner, or someone's gonna run me down from behind. Yeah.
Well, no.
It's-
Why would you go first person to look around a corner? You go third person for that.
First person
Yeah.
in like Elder Scrolls games, though, it's easier to do a lot of things in combat with, though. I can imagine it's more
Absolutely.
like third person is just, switch out to third person quickly, see if anyone's around, back into first. But yes, hands.
but-
Just show me my hands
but
and shield,
it's-
damn it.
It's an MMO, so
Hmm.
I mean, I'm assuming there's going to be less reliance on, first person accuracy and more just reliance on a random number generator.
No, it's all.
Yeah.
It's basically just any other Elder Scrolls game combat system, just in an MMO, is the whole thing they're describing it as. So aiming and blocking is important, not just I'm going to block now. I'm selecting this target sort of thing. But still, I don't. Yeah, the whole lack of showing hands. I'm sure there's some graphical
Pointless.
reason for it, but it doesn't really make sense.
I'm sure it's because I'm just going to assume they have, because I mean it includes all the provinces of Tamriel. So I'm just going to assume they have like a shit ton of variation in like weapons,
Yeah, but they'll still show the weapons when you attack with them.
etc., etc. But the thing is, no, because those are third-person models. They're lower quality.
Yeah. This is. Oh, maybe not though.
So I'm going to assume it's half thinking that no one will ever use first person, half thinking that nobody can be bothered doing the models for it.
No, because they know it's an Elder Scrolls game and people like to RP the shit out of that. So they're going to be more in first person.
But this isn't actually made by the same Bethesda game studio.
Isn't it?
Nope.
Okay.
It's still made by Bethesda, but it's
Yeah.
not. It's a different subset.
Okay.
For a while now, they had a subset of Bethesda devoted entirely to multiplayer games. And as far as I know, they never released anything. And as far as I know, this is theirs.
Okay. Well, that makes sense, but I don't really see there as being any particular reason to not have hands on screen. It's just a stupid.
There isn't a reason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just doesn't look like a good idea.
They'll probably end up having it like as an option or something where you can have it or not, and that's about it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right, up next. Couple arrested on Jacksonville Beach having sex.
This
Yeah,
article
this
is
is
amazing.
Bogey topic for today, which isn't anything to do with gaming, but, sex on the beach.
Police investigating a vehicle fire in the 500 block of North 1st Street in Jacksonville Beach got more than they bargained for late Monday when they found the culprit, Florida man, banging the woman who owned the car on the beach. It was hot. Florida man swag, tits.
Yeah, it's amazing. Just, they have a little argument, the guy sets the car on fire, then they burn on the beach. Yes.
Yeah.
This is,
They just fuck on the beach.
yep. It's a great drama right there. They should make a whole, TV movie out of that shit.
Yeah.
Or a mini-series.
What couldn't they do?
Exactly. I mean, there's so much drama and suspense. First there's the argument, then there's the fire, and then there's the reconciliation, the burning, and then arrested. Yeah.
Yeah. All good makeups and breakups end with you getting arrested
If
for
you're doing
having
it right.
sex on a beach.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the only way you can do it right.
After some of the films I've seen this week, I definitely think it would make a great film.
Oh yeah. We've definitely been spending less time playing games, more time commentating over stupid, silly, fun films. Most notable being The Room.
So that's another game we've all played this week. The Room game.
Yeah, The Room game.
How could we forget that?
I'm not sure. Yes, The Room game. That's a point-and-click adventure game with loads of funny references, if you've seen the
Also,
film.
you get to collect spoons.
Collecting spoons is definitely something that you get to do. And
One of the main selling points for me it was.
yeah,
I haven't actually played it,
I definitely
it's-
recommend checking it out.
but I've watched Northern Lion play through it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
yeah,
gameplay of it,
I watched that.
think.
I watched Northern Lion and Mike Fox play through that game. And that was fun. It's a silly, fun, referencey game. Recommend watching the film first before playing the game. But yeah,
Yeah.
Right. So now we're supposed to talk about how Hitler's Hatler is cooler than No You Use Nubimus Maximus.
yes, and let's see, line / line 00 line 31 / / / 45.
I'm just going to the link.
That's a link. So
The
Jacob
link's
took a
located
stone
on
and
these.
set it up as a pillar. Genesis 31:45.
How lovely.
Oh.
Also,
So Hatler takes us to a page on Amazon about Susan
Susan
Hatler,
Hatler.
an author. I have no idea who that is.
No
Um,
You takes us
No
to
You
fuck
takes
the
us
police
to fuck the police.
on Google search.
NWA.
Bimus takes us to Museum
Museum
Libraries
Libraries
Network. Okay.
Uh-huh.
And what
And those
shall I
numbers and
say?
dashes take us to a Bible verse.
Yeah.
That I'd shred out very well.
Yeah, this document is certainly something.
It's a living thing you have to take into account.
Yeah,
What's-
it changes every week when we do the podcast. So next thing, story time.
Story
We click
time,
on that,
which
it
links
takes us to
Mein
Mein
Kampf.
Kampf, the paperback
by Adolf
edition.
Hitler. Yeah, on Amazon. Alright, so
What?
do you guys have any interesting stories about gaming or anything in general at this point? Because, yeah. Any of you?
I don't
Nope.
know.
I don't
I
think
have,
so.
I have run out of stories.
I'm sure I have stories, and
I-
they're probably all just shit.
I told one story the first podcast, and then I haven't had any stories ever again.
Yeah.
You
yeah,
burnt
I've
out
to-
too
Anyone have
quick.
stories?
I've told
Ever?
2, and yeah.
I think I've told
I'm
one.
gonna have to struggle and think of one.
Yeah.
Alright, there was that time today when we were playing Black Ops 2 and going in and out of Luna's ovaries and Snatch,
Yes.
killing people.
And all those
burning up.
other guys just kept coming in, and
Yeah.
it's
yeah,
quite a
and
mess.
It was a very big mess of bodies clashing inside Luna.
Yeah.
I decided to finish out.
Yeah.
You did.
Uh,
You pulled out at the last minute and blew out there.
Yeah, Alt left his care package inside Luna.
That's right.
Yeah,
Uh,
basically mass massacre inside Luna. And
Alright, I have a story.
there we go, that was
It's
our
not
stalling done.
Cool. Nice.
It's not video games related.
Ah, that's fine, it's fine. We'll take
But it's a
anything at
story.
this point.
So where I work, we get to handle this, we sometimes handle this,
Cock.
sort of like potting mix. It's
Oh.
highly carcinogenic and you can't actually, I'm fairly certain you need proper permits to actually be able to get it in. Because
Wonderful.
it's essentially just pure poison.
yeah.
But we use it to essentially as a sealant to stop water leaking into some of the units.
Right.
And basically, we had a bag that was like a 1 kg bag, when normally we only had 250 ml ones. Well, 250 gram ones. It's sort of a liquid, but it turns to a solid, so I generally sort of mix up units of measurement.
Yeah.
And with a 250 gram bag, we can do all of our pots that we need to do. Except we had a lot more than we thought we actually had. So we got one of the 1 kg bags. And we used all of it, and there was still, 100 grams left in the bottom of this bag. And we're just like, our manager or whatever just throws it in the bin. And we're just like, no, don't do that. And he's just like, well, why not? What are you going to do with it? And then Greg, the other guy who I worked with at the time, who doesn't work there anymore because he moved away, he pulls it back out and he gets a rubber glove and he just fills it with this potting mix.
Oh shit.
Oh dear.
And he ties it off and weighs it down and just leaves it on a bench for the entire weekend. And when we come back on Monday, it's just this rock-solid hand made of highly carcinogenic shit.
Nice.
Nice.
That's...
We tried to actually peel the rubber glove off it, but it had actually sort of fused to it. So we now have a solid latex carcinogenic hand sitting around at work.
That's pretty cool. Yeah.
Isn't that interesting? Yeah.
A few pranks come from that.
Alright, so, Shy Guy, how about you tell us about that time that you boned those two 15-year-olds?
What? Well, yeah.
You
well.
know I was gonna bring that up at some point.
Oh yes, it's an in-joke we have going.
Yeah.
Don't think it's a joke,
Except
really,
it
is it?
basically- Cheesy brought his friend down to me with obviously Cheesy,
Yeah.
and we just had a pretty nice time.
Yeah, basically, I brought my 15-year-old best friend, who was a guy, and yeah, Shy Guy took him into his room, and I didn't see them for another 2 hours. So,
And now he's pretty much done.
yeah, and now he's pregnant.
Poor
So
bastard.
that's that.
Yeah,
Uh,
so he still wants money from you for...
Yeah, he'll get it when I get that YouTube money in.
Yeah, your YouTube money will be piling in.
those fat wadsies of cash, YouTube cash.
I'll get it in penny coins.
Yeah. You
Or maybe even,
probably could, like, make about 1,000 off filming Cyclops stripping.
Maybe.
Huh.
We'll see.
Just set up a live cam account or something for her, even though it is technically underage.
Yeah.
So I think we're blabbering on a bit here.
Yeah, I think we went to a bit of a bad place as well.
Is there anything else that we want to bring up in particular?
Sure. One of my cat's fangs is chipped.
Oh, poor little...
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Poor little bastard.
yeah.
I'm looking at it now.
Oh.
And she's just somehow chipped the cap off one of her fangs.
Oh,
It's not
dear.
much, and it doesn't impact her or anything, but
Now she's a freak.
Right.
one fang's just shorter and not pointy. I don't know how she did it.
Yeah, cats are mysterious things sometimes.
Yeah.
Especially when you have octillions of them.
Yes. When it gets to a certain point where they actually outnumber every other race in the universe.
She also has the world's biggest tail.
Oh, don't breed her
It's
with
massive.
a cat with AIDS.
It's massive and it's fluffy, because she's a domestic longhair.
Are you stroking the
Right.
tail right now? Are you working it?
Yes.
Is it a ragdoll?
No,
Because we used to have a ragdoll.
it's not a ragdoll.
Oh,
It's just
okay.
a black, long-haired cat.
Ah, it's black. Okay.
Oh, speaking of stupid animals, my
Shy
mum-
Guy.
Sorry, what?
Nothing.
my
I'm
mum
not
is
that
all
much
sort
of
of
an animal.
trying to convince herself
Your
that
mom
she
is a
does.
stupid animal.
Bitch, I will end you. But no, she's like she's been looking at Dachshunds and stuff, little sausage dogs, and apparently
Oh,
in England
God.
they used to be used for badger hunting.
Oh yeah, I remember.
It's
when
no.
I first caught my badger,
Yeah.
like 6 months after I tried to the first time,
Mm.
and got my intestines ripped out by one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually hired a sausage dog
Hmm.
for a day. And basically what I did when I was 6 is I took this sausage dog out for a walk into our local forest with trees about 10, 20 meters high.
Mm.
And I just sat on the dog's back and told it to run after that badger that looked like it was a gym. So we chased this gym badger all the way around the forest, and eventually the sausage dog sneezed. I flew off of its back and straight onto the badger's head, maiming it and calling it mine. And I still have that
Perfect.
badger today. I did go up to see Shy Guy with it.
I'm glad.
Yeah,
I'm glad.
that
I
is
liked
the
meeting Jim. He was
in-depth.
a very nice badger.
Yeah, that was the in-depth story of how I actually caught my first badger. Shy Guy, do you have your story?
My story.
Do you remember how you first caught your first badger?
Well, I'm gonna have to admit here, I've never actually caught a badger.
Oh, that is
I know.
major
Get
slag points against you. That is street cred.
Banned.
Yeah,
I'm a
banned.
badger catching virgin.
Yeah,
You'll have to
yeah,
help
I'm
me out.
afraid so.
You're not in the Steam chat.
Yeah, he's not
And I
in
don't
the
have you as a friend, so I can't invite you, then kick you.
Perfect.
Oh.
Yeah. Although I can kick you from the call, but I think that would be counterproductive.
There we go.
Be sure that Shy Guy will earn a right kicking
Mm.
quite a few times after this podcast is done.
He'll definitely be badgered about his lack of badger.
Yes, that's a very good way of putting it.
Yes. And then we kill him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, is that all we have? Have we exhausted all of our topics?
I believe we have.
Pretty sure.
So?
Alright.
Did Halwood tell a story?
Yes?
He told a story about his mother.
Yeah, I mentioned my
That's not
mum.
really a story. He just said
My mum mentioned
she was looking up stuff and Dashin's
hunted
hunted
badgers.
badgers.
That's an amazing story in and of itself. You know this to be true.
Well, he did also bring on my badger story, so...
Exactly, it was a
True.
collaborative effort.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
People have started playing very loud music.
Oh
I think
dear.
that's a perfect time to end it off then.
Yeah.
So,
So, who's doing it?
okay, so, yeah, Shy Guy was
All
kicked
right.
by Tricks. Alright, so, thank you all for tuning in, thanks for watching.
No.
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 Something else.
No.
Banned.
Fuck everyone who listened to this. You all suck.
Cunts.
So, knowing that you've watched this long, if you have,
Congratulations.
post in the thread, Shy Guy is a cunt. I think that should be all. Does anybody want to add to that?
That'll probably do it.
Yeah.
If you do post that though, you are the worst kind of scum. You're worse than Madbird.
Worse than Madbird. Now that
Oh, I've
is
got one
a
nice
title
thing.
that only one person has.
Yeah.
And that is
Hellwood.
Tricks. No, that's you, Tricks.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm sorry, but
Triggs,
you
you're
are
like
basically
double
Madbird.
Hitler, space Hitler.
Yeah. You're Space Hitler Stalin, and that's the worst title you can have.
Yeah, you pretty much. Yeah, words.
Ouch. Bye. I'm scared.